Welcome to the North Wilkesboro Speedway in North Carolina. Welcome to the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship. Tonight we are here for round 4 of the series, and this is a very special venue for many people. The North Wilkesboro Speedway has been brought back to life by iRacing. Thanks to a discussion on an airplane with Dale Earnhardt Jr., they recreated the 0.6 mile long track, especially for iRacing, and all together with two of the great characteristics of this track, namely that the back stretch is uphill and the front stretch is downhill. And the story has it that this is caused by the fact that the previous owner, back in the day when they were building it, ran out of money to flatten and level the land, and he didn't have the money left, and he wanted to get started hosting NASCAR races. So the story goes that is the reason that the track is not level, going uphill on the backstretch, going downhill at the start-finish line. Pretty interesting story. We have about 50 minutes left in the regular practice session, and we're about to get going underway with qualifying. And before we do so, we would like to acknowledge Elite Property Management, who are sponsoring tonight's race. Their support for the race and the series is greatly appreciated. And we're looking forward to having a great race tonight, like we always do with the Saskatchewan Stock Car Championship. Last week we were on dirt. We had, let me double check here, we had Wally Wilson win that event. We're back on asphalt again, a little bit bigger track, 0.6 of a mile, and let's take a look at what exactly we are running tonight. We are running the Chevy Monte Carlo SS, also known as the late model. It has a V8 engine with 370 horsepower, and it weighs 3,100 pounds, 3,100 pounds, I should say. So it's a fairly heavy race car, and it's got pretty good power coming out of a stock V8 engine. All right, so while qualifying's getting underway, we're looking at Sam Howlett there. And one thing I'd like to bring up is the point standings after 3 rounds. You can find your favorite driver in this list up here. At the top, it's Kevin Dick with 124 points, closely followed by Thomas McGregor and Ray Murnau, Jeremy Brooks and Kelly Admiral, Carson Nagy, Rob Naismith, Matthew Shirley, Sam Howlett, and Tom Coring round up the top 10 drivers in the series. And as you look further down, look for your favorite driver in the series and their position in the point standings. So the qualifying session is underway. The drivers are qualifying individually, and then after qualifying, we will be split up in heat races. We're probably looking at 3 heats tonight with the amount of drivers that we have. And let's take a look at the race format as we're going tonight. So qualifying 3 laps, best of 3 laps counts. 12-lap heat races in which the yellow flags do not count, so they're not counted. So it's 12 full race green race laps. And then the feature race for tonight will be 100 laps. And in the feature race, you will have to be aware that the drivers all get 1 fast repair. They only get 2 sets of tires. And there will be a warning system for those who cause yellow flags, so cause cautions. First time they cause one, it'll just be a warning. The second time they cause one, they'll be dropped to the end of the longest line. And after causing cautions for the 3rd time, you're going to be sent home. So there's a race director keeping a close eye on everybody tonight. Race director is Jordan Berry. You've heard him commentate with me before, so we may not hear as much from him as we normally do. Let's see if we can still find some action on the track when it comes to qualifying. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in qualifying. We have Ernie Ludwig here. Patrick Shermans in the number 27 car coming back into the pit after his qualifying attempt. Doesn't look like he's going back out again. Brennan Forsyth in the number 28 car, the Exalta machine, is still out there trying to get some laps in. See, his best qualifying lap so far is 18 seconds, 8:83. Let me see if that shows up here. And no, it does not. That because he ran too many laps. Matthew Shirley in the number 12 car here in tonight's sponsors livery, the Elite Suite car, the number 12. And if we look up front, it's Kevin Dick that's on the provisional pole, Kelly Admiral second, Thomas McGregor third, Jody Archer. See if we can see, he's coming in from his laps. We can give you a little bit of a replay here. Jody Archer put it on the 4th position. And it's Brent just in 5th, Kyle Stackley in 6th, Carson Nagy currently on the 7th position. 8th is Logan Jewell, 9th is Ray Murnau, and 10th is Matthew Shirley in the car number 12 with the race sponsor on it, Elite Suite California. So 53 seconds left to go in the qualifying session. Let's see if we can get any more action here. And it looks like everybody has put in their qualifying times. Kyle Stackley, Brent just on the 5th spot. So waiting for the final seconds to tick away here. So for tonight's race, like I said, the 1 fast repair. For those of you unfamiliar with the way iRacing works, the drivers get 1 fast repair, 1 fast repair during the race, which means that when they have damage, they can come into the pit and they will instantaneously be fixed back to a completely new car and rejoin the race. And that's a rule they use to try and keep people in contention after a first mistake. But after the first mistake, the forgiveness is over and you're on your own. 2 sets of tires for tonight. It's a long race, 100 laps, so we might see some guys struggling a little bit once we get underway here. So the first heat is about to get started. Kevin Dick on the pole, outside on the first row, Jody Archer. Then it's Carson Nagy and Matthew Shirley on the second row. Third row, Ernie Ludwig, Jeremy Brooks. Fourth row, David Rockwood and Rick Sanger. And in the 9th spot is Neil Schneider. So 12 laps to go on the heat race. There we go, behind the pace car, Kevin Dick in first position. And it'll be interesting to see what tonight's race is going to bring us. The driver's waving left to right a little bit, trying to get some heat in the tires. And we'll be seeing the pace car going into the pits. Fairly sure it's only one lap to warm up around here. Nope, it's two. Guess it's a short enough track to do 2 miles or 2 laps to get them all heated up here. You see Carson Nagy in the 093 waving left and right, trying to get some heat in there. Matthew Shirley in the 4th position in the Elite Suite.ca car. And Kevin Dick in the number 10 on the pole position. And the pace car should be coming in now. Jody Archer in the number 7 car is a name that we haven't seen every time, I believe. So there we go. We're racing for the first heat. It's Kevin Dick in the front. It's the number 7 going with him, and it's Carson Nagy on the inside. In the 2nd position, it's Ernie Ludwig jumping up to 3rd now, passing Jody Archer. Jeremy Brooks in the number 53 car on the outside of David Rockwood there. It's Matthew Shirley in 7th. It's Neil Schneider in 8th, and Rick Sanger is in 9th position currently. Let's go back up to the front here. It looks like Kevin Dick is pulling a couple of car lengths on Carson Nagy in the 093. And Ludwig is a couple of car lengths behind him, and he's having to deal with the number 7 of Jody Archer and the number 53 of Jeremy Brooks. It looks like Ludwig's running a little bit wide, and Archer coming to the inside here onto turn. Ooh, and they touch, and it turns them both around. The 7 saves it. Ooh. The number 12 almost has to go into the pit lane. No yellow given. They're continuing the race. So we can take a quick look and see if we can catch that again. The 7 on the inside. Ludwig and Archer coming together there. The 7 saves it a little bit quicker. All right, let's go back up front here. Kevin Dick still leading the race. Carson Nagy following him with a couple of car lengths in between there. And the distance to the 53 of Jeremy Brooks is a little bit further than that now. David Rockwood in 4th position. Matthew Shirley in 5th, benefiting from the fact that Archer and Ludwig dropped back. Neil Schneider in 6th position in the 93. And then it's Archer, Sanger, and Ludwig rounding out the 9 cars here. Back up in the front, it looks like Carson Nagy seems to be closing in a little bit on the lead car there. Not by much, it's about a half a second. Quite a gap to Jeremy Brooks, as you can tell on your screen here. The 53 pretty much running by himself, and then it's Dave Rockwood and Matthew Shirley battling for position here, 4th and 5th. Shirley trying to get that nose right underneath the bumper. On the main straightaway, can he get something going? He's trying a little bit lower than the 90 car. It looks like they both got pretty good grip in that lower groove for now. And then the 90 taking a defensive line, forcing the 12 to go to the outside, but he does get alongside. And I'm not sure what happened to Dave Rockwood there. He could have gotten a little loose. And the 12 is now taken over 4th position. And we have a yellow. Let's see if we can find out real quick what's going on. It's the 93 that gets sideways, overcorrects it, and backs it into the wall. Very unfortunate. That is Neil Schneider. So let's check back up here. We're getting behind the pace car. As I said, the laps under yellow in the heat races do not count. We are on lap 10, so we'll have 2 laps to go once the green flag flies. Kevin Dick leading the pack, followed by the 093 of Carson Nagy. Then it's the 53 of Jeremy Brooks. And then it's David Rockwood, Matthew Shirley, Jody Archer worked his way back up to the 6th position. You can see the damage he's got on the front there. Rick Sanger is in 7th, Ernie Ludwig is in 8th, and Neil Schneider dropped to the 9th position. He is in the pit trying to get some repairs maybe, or it looks like he's taking tires. And yeah, 4 new tires on the car. So hopefully he can catch up with the guys and try again. So 2 more laps when we get a green flag. Kevin Dick seems to be fairly in control here. And my experience with the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship is that we see Kevin Dick up somewhere in the front of the pack pretty much every time. And one of the stronger drivers in the series, it appears. Currently followed by the 093 of Carson Nagy. And when they get the 1 to go sign, they'll be lining up double file, I'm pretty sure. Pace car lights are still on. And let's see if Schneider has rejoined. Schneider has rejoined the pack. He's catching up to the tail end of the field here. Coming up the front stretch, we're getting the 1 to go sign, so double file restart. Carson Nagy getting alongside Kevin Dick here. The 53 of Jeremy Brooks on the 2nd row. Oh, it looks like we are going single file. A little bit of confusion there. They want to go double file. I'm not sure what the deal is here. It seems like we're not going double file. And a little rubbing and bumping going on the restart there, but it's Kevin Dick that gets to jump on the field. It's Jeremy Brooks on the inside of Carson Nagy now, trying the lower side. Carson Nagy holds him off on the high side. And it's Nagy still in 2nd, the 53 of Brooks in 3rd. It's David Rockwood behind him. And Matthew Shirley is in 5th, Archer in 6th, Ludwig 7th now. Rick Sanger and Neil Schneider are filling out the field there in the back end. And it looks like Kevin Dick takes the win in front of Carson Nagy. It's Shirley in 4th, it's Rockwood in 5th. If I see that correctly, let's take that back real quick. I'm not sure if it was Shirley ahead or let's go back here. Coming up to the finish line, it looks to me like Shirley is ahead in the 5 car because Rockwood takes it into the wall. So that was your first heat, and your second heat on pole position. We have Kelly Admiral in the 8 car. Alongside him will be Brent Just in the 16 car. 2nd row will be Logan Jewell in the 92. Brendan Forsyth in the 28. And the 38 of Brandon Feeney on the 3rd row inside. Wally Wilson outside. And 4th row will be Tom Queering and Patrick Shermans. And your scoring may show Jordan Berry, but Jordan's not starting the race. He is our race director for the evening. So the 8 cars in this heat, Kelly Admiral in front in the purple number 8 car, alongside with Brent Just waiting for the pace car to get started. Pace car will be waiting on that 9th car, assuming that he's here, but he's not. So it'll take a few moments before the pace car will get going. Gives us a look around the field some more. There's a 96 in there that should be a 14. That's Wally Wilson, so that's a little bit confusing, but we'll deal with it. All right, Kelly Admiral on the pole position, Brent Just in 2nd. 2 warm-up laps, drivers going left and right to get some heat into those tires. Wally Wilson there in the back of the pack. He will be shown on your screen in scoring as number 14. And it's Tom Queering in the 46 there behind him, the 27 of Patrick Shermans. Let's bring it back up front here. Cali Admiral and Brent Just eager to get going. So race control just let me know that the restart should be double file, so it was a little bit confusing in that first heat when they restarted for the final 2 laps, but they should be going double file on restarts. Coming down the backstretch, pace car will be going in, the lights are out, and Cali Admiral will get us going here. There we go. We have a green flag. The number 8 hits the gas. The number 16 alongside him. It's the 92 of Jewel on the inside there. Getting a little tap in the back from, I think that's Brandon Feeney there. It looks like Wally Wilson was trying to go through the middle, and that didn't work. The 92 is dropping back there a little bit to 5th position. Got a little caught out here. Wally Wilson takes over 4th. Brendan Forsyth is running 3rd. And Cali Admiral in the lead. Brent Just is trying to hang with Cali Admiral here. Logan Jewell defending or trying to get back on Wally Wilson there. Wally has a little bit of a connection issue, we can tell. Brandon Forsyth in the 28 in 3rd position. Wally Wilson staying with him. Very good. Going to the inside now in turn 3 and 4, and he gets it underneath there. Bringing it back onto the main straight. He takes over 3rd position. It's Brendan Forsyth now in 4th, with Logan Jewell following him and also diving on the inside. The 28 could not get down quick enough. And then it looks like Logan got a little bit caught out on the infield there on the curb. Drops back a little bit. Now he has Brandon Feeney to worry about on the outside in the 38 car. I'm sorry, on the inside. On the outside, it's Tom Quering that's trying to get past Brandon Feeney, and Sherman's is a little bit further back. Up front, Cali Admiral seems to have this stuff under control. Brent Just is about a car length behind him. Then a little bit further back, it's Wally Wilson who has taken over the 3rd position. Brendan Forsyth in 4th. Logan Jewell is in 5th position, dealing with the 38 of Brandon Feeney and the 46 of Tom Quering. And we're looking already at lap 7 here. And it looks like Forsyth can hold them off right now. A little group of 3 cars close together. Cali Admiral still in front. Brent Just looks like he's losing a little bit of ground on Cali Admiral. It's about 3 car lengths now. Wally Wilson in 3rd, and then Brendan Forsyth fairly safe in 4th. And Logan Jewell seems to get away from Brandon Feeney a little bit now. And then it's Tom Quering trying to dive to the inside of Feeney, looking for that 6th spot, and he can't quite get it done just yet. And he's going to try again. He's on that inside line, trying to get a run on him. Now he's running to the higher side and trying to go the famous over and under, but it's not quite working yet. He's not close enough. So let's check back up here in the front. It's Cali Admiral still leading. Brent Just dropping back just a little bit. It looks like Wally Wilson is catching up with Brent Just, though. So that's not over yet. We're already on lap 10, so might not be enough time for him to get close enough to be making anything happen. Brent Just pretty much 4 or 5 car lengths behind Cali Admiral. Talking lap 11, so he's going to get the white flag as he comes by here. Cali Admiral solid in the lead. Brent Just in 2nd. Wilson in 3rd. Forsyth in 4th. Let's take a look at Jewell. He's running fairly safely by himself as well. Tom Quering has passed Brandon Feeney. Brandon Feeney had gone to the pit. He must have had an issue we missed. So Cali Admiral wins the 2nd heat in front of Brent Just, Wally Wilson, and Brendan Forsyth, Logan Jewell, Tom Quering, Patrick Sherman's in 7th, and Brandon Feeney is finishing in 8th position. We can try and see if we can find out what happened to him Oh, we got sideways right there by the pit entry and kind of involuntarily made a pit entry there. All right, so let's go take a look at the third heat. It's Thomas McGregor on the pole for the third heat. Alongside him, we will see Kyle Steckley, Ray Murnau, and Sam Howlett on the second row. And then it's Rob Naismith and Jordan Dalsgaard on the third row, and it's going to be Colton Evernham and Ryan Thompson on the final row here. So we're waiting for Kyle Steckley to grid up and get this third heat underway. There he is. Looks like we're ready to go. And back there, it's Colton Evernham getting eager. There we go. Pace cars rolling. Thomas McGregor on the pole position for the third and final heat. And once again, drivers trying to get some heat in those tires. It's always a good thing to try and get those tires warmed up as much as you can, have as much grip as you can from the get-go. McGregor and Steckley on the front row here. Murnau and Howlett. All four of these drivers on the first two rows are definitely worth keeping your eyes on. Pace car lights are out. Coming down the back stretch. Drivers getting ready. You'll see the pace car diving into the pits, and then it'll be up to McGregor to get the party started. And there we go. It's Thomas McGregor hitting the gas together with Steckley on his side. It's Ray Murnau on the inside there, trying to dive underneath Steckley, and it looks like he gets that nose in there, but not quite far enough. McGregor holds off Steckley for the lead. The 03 of Murnau is hanging with him. The 69 of Howlett's hanging with him. And then there's a little bit bigger gap to Naismith, Dalsgaard, and Evernham. And four cars here fighting for the lead at this point. McGregor holding off Steckley. Murnau is hanging with him. And it looks like Sam Howlett is losing a car length there a little bit. He's trying to catch back up again. Let's keep an eye on the lead here. Thomas McGregor still holding off Steckley. Looks like he's pulling away just a notch. And Steckley might have to be a little bit more worried about what's behind him. Coming up in his mirrors is the 03 of Ray Murnau. Steckley trying to keep it low. Murnau is coming off the turn a little bit wider. And it looks like they're staying on that low lane, but they're not all the way with their wheels towards the curb there. They don't want to upset their car, obviously. And Thomas McGregor now a couple of car lengths on Steckley. Murnau hanging with Steckley. And it looks like Sam Howlett has got a couple of car lengths between him and Murnau. And back here, it's Rob Naismith and Jordan Dalsgaard battling for the fifth position, fairly close together. Looks like Jordan's trying to get underneath him, but he's not quite close enough. McGregor still in the lead, halfway into the heat. Looks like Steckley was having a bit of a moment coming off the turn there, and it allows Murnau to get closing in a little bit, it looks like. It's not really worrisome what's going on, but it looked like Steckley was coming off of the turn a little bit loose. He looks fine now, though. He's got Murnau right behind him now. The battle for second position. McGregor fairly safe in the lead there. And further back, it looks like Naismith and Dalsgaard is going at it together. It looked like Naismith was going high and Dalsgaard was trying to get underneath him. Can't quite make it work yet. Fairly close. And Dalsgaard trying the over-under, trying to get in high and out low. Not close enough to make it work. Steckley and Murnau, meanwhile, for second position, still close together. Murnau is closing in on him now, trying to get on the bottom. And he can't quite get that nose underneath. Lap 9 of 12, getting started on lap 10 here. Thomas McGregor has got at least 4 or 5 car lengths on him now, so he should be pretty good for the win of this heat. But Steckley and Murnau, they're not done deciding just yet who is going to do this. And in the back there, it looks like Dalsgaard is getting to the inside of Naismith. And can't quite make it stick, and then Naismith cuts him off a little, and they touch, and it looks like Jordan Dalsgaard went around here. Let's take another look at that. Little bit further back up. There we go. The 17 comes underneath, and they're getting towards turn 1. He's got that nose in there, not far enough. He taps Naismith on the back and really lucks out himself the most, but he takes Naismith with him a little bit. I think Naismith scraped the wall on the outside of that turn when that happened. So under yellow here, once again, they don't count, and it shows that we're on lap 11, so I'm not sure if the race has been called. I'm not sure if the race has been called or if they're going to get a one lap to duke it out. Because that lap shouldn't have counted, but it looks like McGregor is still in the lead. Kyle Steckley is in second, Ray Murnau in third, Sam Howlett in fourth. Naismith is holding on to that fifth position with Dalsgaard in eighth, Colton Evernham. No, that's not correct. I got my numbers mixed up here. Naismith is still shown in fifth, but it's Evernham in sixth, it's Thompson in seventh, and Dalsgaard dropped back to eighth. And hopefully scoring will sort this out once we get the green flag, because I'm pretty sure we still have 1 or 2 laps of racing left in this heat.
Mark, I don't know, do you got a copy here?
Yes, I hear you, Jordan. What's up?
So we do have green, white checkers, 1 attempt at that in all heat races and the feature, just so you know.
Oh,
race
okay.
Control here.
Yeah, okay, that's what's throwing me off. I figured we had at least 1 green lap left, and it kept on counting, so that's why it's showing this. Okay, thank you very much, Jordan. I appreciate that.
Yeah, great broadcast.
All right, so you heard race control correcting me on this. We have a green, white checkered coming up for this heat race, which basically means 2 more laps, they can go at it. And they should be going double file, if I understand Jordan's answer before. So Thomas McGregor should be going to the inside. Well, let's see how they do this. It looks like we're single file right now. Thomas McGregor hits the gas. He keeps the lead going into turn 1. It's Kyle Steckley behind him. Ray Murnau is right behind Steckley for third. It's Sam Howlett in fourth, but Sam is being challenged by Evernham here on the inside, and Evernham can't quite make it work just yet. Naismith got caught out by Evernham, though, on that restart. He dropped back to sixth. It's Ray Thompson behind there and Jordan Dalsgaard in the final position. And it looks like Evernham's got the better of Naismith on that restart. And Thomas McGregor wins the heat here in front of Kyle Steckley, Ray Murnau, Sam Howlett, Colton Evernham, Rob Naismith, Ryan Thompson, and Jordan Dalsgaard in the final position. So with 3 heats taken care of, we're going into a 5-minute warm-up session. Drivers get a chance to warm their cars back up, to get themselves in the right mindset for the race. So we see Carson Nagy going out here first. And then one thing notable for us for the feature race is that the Trek usage of this 5-minute practice session, that will carry over to the race. But the track is clean as they start this practice session, so the race will be started with just those 5 minutes of running on it. So that means that the track will be pretty green, as they say, for the feature race. that being race jargon, obviously. A green track means that it's clean and that there's not much rubber laid down in the groove yet. So basically, in real life, a rainstorm will do that to a track. It washes the dirt off the track, it washes the rubber away, and it makes for a track that has no rubber laid down at all. So let's take a look at the practice here. It looks like Kevin Dick has already posted the fastest time, and that's a fast time of 10 seconds. That looks like a scoring error to me. That's an 18 second. That's an 18 second. I'm sorry, I misread that. Ray Monod looks like he posted in the second time. Jeremy Brooks in the 53s, showing pretty quick here with a third time so far. And it looks like Thomas McGregor in the 75 is fourth. Colton Evernham fifth. Kelly Admiral sixth. And let's take a look further down. It's Carson Nagy in the 093. And then we have Matthew Shirley in the EliteSuite.ca car. Trying to please tonight's sponsor with a beautiful livery here. Looking good, looking strong, very racy. Currently in 8th position in the practice session. And let's see if everybody, I don't think Kyle's coming out now. Kyle Stackley hasn't posted a time just yet. And looks like Rob Naismith is in the 19th spot here. In a little bit more traffic. Rick Sanger in the 55 car. And let's see what Stackley is going to put down here. He'll be coming by start finish to post a time, an 18.781. That currently puts him in the 9th spot in this practice session. So warming up for the feature race. Feature is going to be 100 laps, and judging from the heat races, I am expecting some exciting stuff here. It's a fairly short track, 0.6 of a mile. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. I thought the banking was something like 14 degrees or something like that. So it's a very typical, very good track for the cars like these. And I'm hoping we're going to see some double file racing into turns once the track rubbers in a little bit, and maybe those guys on the higher side will be able to work their way around, or at least be defensive on that higher line. And but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Matthew Shirley in the number 12 car, currently the 8th quickest time. So once again, the drivers get one fast repair. If they mess up, they can go into the pits and get an instantaneously new car. That is only once, though. If they mess up after that and collect damage, then they're on their own, and they'll have to take repairs if repairs are even possible. They get 2 sets of tires for the entire race, so we can expect tire stops somewhere mid-race between laps 45 and 55, I would say is when you would expect them. And drivers will have to deal with their tire wear in a smart fashion, because if you use them up too early, you're going to be caught out mid-race or at the end of the race. So, as said earlier, the yellow flags, the race control is on the ball tonight. If you cause a yellow flag first time, you get a warning. You cause another yellow flag, you're going to be put back to the end of the longest line. If you cause a third caution, the race control is likely to send you home. All right, practice session is over. We're going to get started with the feature race here. We have Kyle Stackley on the pole position. Cars are lining up here. Kyle Stackley in the 24 will be showing up on pole position. On his outside, it'll be the 16 of Brent Just. On the second row, it will be Carson Nagy and Thomas McGregor. Third row, Kelly Admiral and Kevin Dick. And then it's going to be the fourth row with Jeremy Brooks in the 53, Wally Wilson, he's not there yet. Then the fourth row inside Ray Murnau and Matthew Shirley on the outside. On the sixth row is Brennan Forsyth and Sam Howlett. On the seventh row, David Rockwood, Logan Jewell on the outside. Inside of row 8, Rob Naismith, outside Jody Archer. And on the ninth row, it's Tom Queering on the inside, Jordan Dalsgaard on the outside. On the 10th row, we have Ernie Ludwig and Patrick Shermans. On the 11th row, Ryan Thompson, Neil Scheider. On the 12th row, Brendan Feeney and Colton Evernham. And on the final row, by himself, we have the 55 of Rick Sanger. So a good full field. Cars are rolling behind the pace car. We are in for a treat tonight, I think. 100 laps on a beautiful facility, the North Wilkesboro half-mile oval, or 0.6 of a mile oval, I should say, recreated by iRacing after it was closed down in 1996. And what iRacing did is they made the track look like it did in 1987. And the NASCAR fans on iRacing will know that that obviously is related to the classic NASCARs being brought out as well. So fun track, brings back memories for a lot of people, I'm sure. It looks like all the drivers, 25 drivers at the start, all eager to go. Traffic will be an issue, obviously, on a track like this. So, pace car lights are out. He'll be going in. And it'll be up to Steckley to get the show on the road. And there we go. It's Kyle Steckley. Has a little bit of a jump here going into turn 1. Brent just in the second position is being cut under by the 093 of Carson Nagy, taking second position away from him. Then it's Thomas McGregor also going to the inside of Brent just here. And taking the third spot now. Brent just in the 16. He's hanging on to the third spot, but he's got Thomas McGregor on that inside line. He's got a little bit more momentum on the higher line, so he's holding him off for now. And we have a caution. Let's see if we can quickly find out what is going on. Oh, we have a fairly big mess in the middle of the pack here. Let's back this up just one more time to see if we can find out what's going on. Oh, it's the 46. We're looking at the wrong car. Let me back that up one more time. The 46 and the 27 getting together here, and then the 27 shoots to the outside trying to correct and collects, I think it was Neil Schneider that got collected there. And there's another car here. I'm not really sure who that is. It looked like that was Patrick Sherman's gets collected in the 27 car as well. So we'll be looking at some guys coming down pit lane once they open. Yes, they're already there. And it looks to me like Evernham, Queering, and Schneider are on pit road. So it was Queering and Schneider getting caught out in there, and Evernham was also getting caught in that situation there. So let's bring it back up to the lead here. Thomas McGregor in fourth position. Kyle Steckley hanging on to that lead. Carson Nagy worked his way up to the second spot already. Brent just got a little bit caught out on that higher side, but it looks like he'll be able to defend pretty good, though. He did keep Thomas McGregor behind him. And then we see Kevin Dick in the fifth position. And Wally Wilson is in sixth. Kelly Admiral seventh. Jeremy Brooks in eighth. There's Jeremy. And then it's Ray Murnau in ninth, and it's the number 12 car of Matthew Shirley running in the 10th spot as we speak. Let's bring it back up here. I'm sure we're going to get the one to go the next time by. And it looks like Evernham, Queering, and Schneider are back in business. No, Schneider is still in the pits. Queering has rejoined the race, and so has Colton Evernham. So hopefully Neil Schneider can join us again. He might have some more repairs. He's still sitting there, so he might be done for the day, unfortunately. All right, let's see if the lights go out here. Yes, they do. So one more lap to green, and it looks like Carson Nagy is eager to get going. So I'm kind of wondering why the double file restart doesn't seem to work at this point. There's still single file, and as I understood, we should be doing double file, but I may be wrong on this. Maybe we could check with race control later. Okay, it's single file if it's a quick caution. I got you. Sorry, Jordan. I missed that. So single file is Kyle Steckley in the lead, getting a little bit of a jump here. It's Carson Nagy trying to stay with him pretty good. Brent Just is a couple of car lengths behind there. It's McGregor following him. It's Kevin Dick behind McGregor in 5th position and Wally Wilson in 6th. Let's see what Brent Just can do here to catch up with the leaders. And we are going yellow once again. And we'll quickly try to find out what has happened. Not sure if I can see what happens here. Oh, it's the 90 running into the back of the 28. That's David Rockwood running into the back of Sam Howlett. Sam goes to the grass. And he does rejoin. It doesn't look like they're in too much trouble. Oh, and I'm getting word from race control that somebody in the back had an issue as well. Let me see if I can find what happened. That's too far back, probably. I'm not sure if I can figure out what that was. It looks like the 28 and the 28 of Forsyth went into the pits to get some repairs. Yep, there he is. Schneider is not rejoining as at this point. So something happened to somebody in the back that blew up, but I missed that. I apologize for that. So the yellow was really not caused by Rockwood and Howlett, although they did touch. All right, we're in lap 12 as we speak. Steckley still in front. Carson Nagy is hanging on to second. And at the restart, Brent Just was able to hang on to third. Thomas McGregor in fourth behind him. And then it's Kevin Dick, Wally Wilson behind Kevin Dick. And it looks like Ray Monroe dropped back a few positions to 8th. If I remember correctly, he was right behind Kevin. And then Kelly Admiral is in the 9th position. And Matthew Shirley is in 10th. One lap to green, so let's bring her back up to the front here. And once again, we're going single file. And I'm sure Carson is going to be trying very hard not to get caught by surprise, but it's pretty tough to be on the same moment as the leader. It's Kyle Steckley that takes the lead. A couple of car lengths behind him, Carson Nagy, who's catching up already. Brent Just has a little bit of a bigger gap. It's Thomas McGregor going to his inside here for 3rd position. Kevin Dick in the number 10 car is going to be trying to do the same thing and trying to stay behind McGregor to force Brent Just to stay high. and it looks like it's working so far. McGregor's not quite cleared yet. Side by side going into turn 3 and 4, and Kevin Dick staying low as well. The 16 of Brent just going a little higher. It looks like Kevin gets that nose underneath there as well, challenging Brent Dust for that 4th position. Can he make that stick? Yes, he can, and it looks like we have some more trouble further back in the field. Let's go take a look here. And that's the 90 hitting the curb and losing control. And not sure if that's the cause of the caution, but it looks like it. And Patrick Sherman's is looking pretty bent up there. That's the blow up that we missed. That's the blow up that we missed. All right, so this time it was, if I saw correctly, Rockwood losing it there a little bit and getting back on the racing line, so that causes a caution. Good news for Kyle Stackley, gives him a couple of moments to catch his breath, and the cars will line back up behind him. Nagy still in 2nd, McGregor still in 3rd. And let me see here, double check something really quick. So Stackley, Nagy, McGregor, and then it's Kevin Dick in 4th position, and he did get past Brent just trying staying on that low line with McGregor there. And if you're close enough behind the guy that goes underneath, you can force the other guy to stay high. So that seems to work out pretty good here for Kevin Dick. Then in 6th we have Jeremy Brooks and Ray Murnau now back up to 7th position. Callie Admiral in 8th and Wally Wilson in 9th. Matthew Shirley in the number 12 car in the 10th position. Your leader here, Kyle Stackley in the 24 car. And the lights on the pace car will be going out. We'll have 1 lap to green. So it looks like Brent just has dropped three positions, since the start of the race, and the same is true for Kelly Admiral. And it looks like Kevin Dick moved up 2, and Ray Murnau has moved up 2. So you can keep an eye on that in the top left of your screen with the little red arrows and green arrows. Well, we did not go to the one to green just yet. I'm sure it's going to happen now. Yes, there we go. And somebody went into the pits, and I'm not sure who that was. That looks like Evernem. And I'm hearing from race control that he's kind of thinking that iRacing has given him single file starts where there should be double file. So we'll have to see if that can be corrected, hopefully. But for now, we're going single file. Pace car's coming in. Stackley is hitting the gas. He's in the lead going into turn 1. It's Carson Nagy right behind him. Thomas McGregor is already feeling the heat from Kevin Dick behind him. And then it's Brent Just, who's dropping a few spots there. It's the 03 of Ray Murnau going on the inside of Jeremy Brooks, taking away the 6th position. Not quite. Jeremy Brooks has got a good exit on the higher side. It looks like he can hold off Murnau there for a little bit. And it's Kelly Admiral right behind him in 8th. And another caution. Let's see if we can find out what's going on. It's the 55. Oh, no, it's the 17, actually. It's Dalsgaard. Let's see if we can bring that back. Hit a little bit further back, and let's see what's happening here. It's the 17 of Dalsgaard. He runs into the 92. They turn around, and then it looks like the 55 is taking evasive action over the grass, and he's actually saving that. So I will say that's pretty good stuff there from the 55 Rick Singer. All right, line them up again. We're on lap 25, and it looks like cautions breed cautions is a NASCAR truth. That is a truth here tonight. And let's see if we have anybody coming into the pits at this point. I don't believe we have a driver going out of the pits, and that is, I'm not sure who that was. That was Logan Jewell that made a pit stop, and it looks like he got some. I might have taken some fresh tires. He doesn't look that damaged. Well, he may have taken that quick repair there. That is probably what's happening. He looks brand new, so I'm fairly sure he's taken that quick repair. So, trying to stay out of trouble now, Logan, because that's all you got as far as quick repairs is concerned. And let's see here. We've got Kevin Dick in fourth. He was trying to put pressure on McGregor, but the green didn't last long enough. Brent Just is still in fifth. Jeremy Brooks was being under pressure, brought under pressure by Ray Murnau, and that same reason didn't last long enough. So Kelly Admiral in eighth position, and he's trying to fight back from having lost a few spots. Wally Wilson has lost one spot since the start. And don't be fooled by the 69 on the paint job there, and the 14 in scoring. We are aware of that, and it'll get sorted out as we go into season. So Matthew Shirley is rounding out your top 10. Let's see if the lights go out on the pace car here. Yes, they do. One lap to green. And now they're lining up double file. So it looks like race control has got things sorted out. They're going to restart double file. So let's see what Nagy can do on the outside. It's questionable whether being on the outside is really going to be an advantage. I would put more money on Thomas McGregor on the inside here, being able to stay with Kyle Steckley and make something happen for second position. There we go. We're racing again. It's Kyle Steckley and Carson Nagy getting a good jump on the field here. Thomas McGregor on the inside of Kevin Dick. And they're still side by side. Oh, when we have Kelly Admiral in the back there hitting the wall. Let's see what we can find out here, what's going on. Back it up just a little bit further on the restart. And it looks like Kelly's on the high side. And then the cars on his left are actually causing a chain reaction here. It was Murnau hitting the car in front of him, and he kind of flew to the outside, collecting Admiral there. That is extremely unfortunate for him. And let's see, we've got the Forsyth. I'm not sure who that other car was. We can try to find that once again. And it looks like it's Murnau in the back of Brent Just. And that sends Brent Just into the wall, and it collects Admiral on the way. So I'm fairly sure Kelly Admiral is going to be going into the pit, collecting a fast repair if he still has one. And it doesn't look like that's working right now, because the damage does not look... that's probably because he didn't drive it in the pit. He got a tow into the pit. So as soon as the tow is done, iRacing calculates time for that tow, and as soon as that's done, he'll probably rejoin the race with a fast repair. Steckley still in front, seems to be dominating so far. We lose every once in a while. We'll see him blink a little bit. That's a connection issue. Hope it's not going to hurt his performance in this race. It's Carson Nagy in the second position, and then it's Thomas McGregor. It's Kevin Dick in fourth. It's Jeremy Brooks and Ray Murnau after that in fifth and sixth. It's Wally Wilson in seventh. Jody Archer is in 8th position. Sam Howlett is now in 9th, and Rob Naismith is in 10th. And that means we're looking for Ray Murnau here. See where he went. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. He's in 6th position. And let's see if we can find out whether he's got any damage. Doesn't look like it. He looks to be okay. A little bit of damage on the rear end there, on the right rear end. That shouldn't be hurting him too much. And let's check on Admiral here. Yep, now he's got new car and he's getting his tires mounted as we speak, so he'll be rejoining with a brand new car on a brand new set of tires. Unfortunately, he's going down a lap here. So yeah, that's unfortunate. He's already shown 4 laps down because of the tow. So yeah, he's going to be hanging in the back there. No such problems for the 24 car. He's still in the lead. We're going to go single file on the restart. And Carson Nagy hanging on to 2nd. Thomas McGregor in 3rd. Kevin Dick in 4th. And Jeremy Brooks in 5th. So let's see what the guys can make happen now. Pace car is in, and there we go. And it looks like Kyle Steckley, has a little bit of damage on that right front there. I don't know where that happened. Carson Nagy hanging with the leader here. Thomas McGregor in 3rd. Kevin Dick is in 4th. They're all single file. They're not making any moves just yet. It looks like Murnau is trying to get underneath Jeremy Brooks here. Wally Wilson is right behind Murnau. They're fairly close together, the 3 of them. Let's go back up front. It looks to me like Carson Nagy is catching up with Kyle Steckley. And Thomas McGregor catching up in his turn with Nagy. So the top 3 guys are also fairly close together. So we need more eyes than we have. But we'll try to keep track of everything that happens here. Ray Murnau still behind Jeremy Brooks. Wally Wilson still behind Murnau. And let's go back up here to McGregor. And let's see if he can push that car to the lower line in the next turn. No, he's not close enough for that. The 93 of Nagy is still in 2nd. Now it looks like McGregor comes off the turn a little bit lower. Can't make anything happen. They're going to have to be dealing with their back marker there. That's Patrick Sherman's in the 27 on the inside. And that's messing up the 093 of Nagy there a little bit. And it allows Thomas McGregor to take 2nd position away from him. It's Kevin Dick on the outside of Nagy as well, taking that position away from him. So Nagy dropped to 4th position in that maneuver there. And Thomas McGregor and Kevin Dick benefited from that back marker. That was Sherman's in the 27. So we have another yellow, and let's quickly try and see what we can find out here. We've got some guys going the wrong way. It's the 17 and the 90 getting together, and some of them can't avoid the problem here. So let's turn that back here. The 17 and the 90 coming together, and it looks like Logan Jewell was hurt by that as well. The 90 takes a tow to the pit. Not sure if he still has any fast repairs left. And anybody else? Rockwood. That was Rockwood. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I called the name right, but the number 90 car is David Rockwood, and looks like he will. He looks like he'll take a fast repair because that car looks pretty clean from here. All right, back under caution. I'm not really sure where I've seen Kyle Steckley collect that damage on the right front, but he definitely has the sheet metal bent up there, and so far it doesn't look like it's affecting the handling of his car all that much. Meanwhile, it looks like the 12 is going to get a wave around. That's Matthew Shirley. He's currently in 17th. Oh, and it tells me, race control tells me that a 90 blinked out in front of the 17. Now, that's not exactly what I saw. I thought they were racing together. I didn't see him blink. But I'll leave the judging of the situation to the race control guys, and I'll just call it as I see it. Stackley hanging on to that lead. McGregor is in second position. And race control tells me that the 24 did actually tap the wall at some point, so that explains the damage on his right front. I guess we missed that for a little bit. Hopefully it's not going to affect him too much. He seems to be running pretty strong tonight. Kevin Dick is now in third position behind Thomas McGregor. Carson Nagy is in fourth, and once again it looked like the back marker had an influence on that situation. So we're going to be lining them up double file again this time. Stackley on the inside, McGregor on the outside, then Kevin Dick on the inside, and Nagy on the outside. Let's see what we're going to make happen today. It's a pretty hard-fought race so far, I would say. We're on lap 44. We're going to be entering lap 45 as we get the green light here. Stackley hits the gas. He gets a bit of a jump on the guys. It's Kevin Dick on the inside there of McGregor now. McGregor hanging on the outside. It looks like the double file is working fairly good. It's Wilson getting caught out there, almost losing it, but he saves it. And the 10 and the 75 there still together. Thomas McGregor desperately hanging on to that second position on the higher line. Kevin Dick's got the lower line, but they both seem to have the grip and the momentum to keep that going. McGregor actually walking away from him now a little bit, and Kevin Dick being attacked on the outside there by the 093 of Nagy. So it's not necessarily true that inside line is always the quickest. Another yellow, and let's go find out. And we're looking at, I think we're looking at multiple messes here. The 7 of Joey Archer is involved. Let's back that stuff up a little bit and see what happens. It's the 7 and the 69, or I should say the 14, and he's getting back. They're getting together here. And then unfortunately the 90 hits them and can't avoid, so he just got himself repaired in the pits, and he can start all over again. So Jody Archer, unfortunate. And it was the 69 or the 14, that would be Wally Wilson. He was also involved. He's going into the pits to try to get some of that damage repaired. And we have some more drivers in the pits there. It looks like Ernie Ludwig here in the 26, he's in the pits. He's got a pretty bent up back end there as well. And Thompson has gone to the pits as far as I can tell. Ryan Thompson in the 033, he's back out, so I'm guessing he got a fast repair that he could use. And in front of him it's Wally Wilson. No, that was not Wally Wilson in front of him. That was somebody else. So let's see. Brent Just is shown in 19th position now. He looks like he got caught out by all these incidents. And Dalsgaard in his 17 still rolling. He's being shown one lap down. It's Rink Senger in the 55. He's currently in the pit getting repairs. Wally Wilson is shown as the last car on the lead lap. And up front, things are still fairly the same. Stackley, McGregor, and Kevin Dick, Nagy, Brooks, Murnau, and Howlett. Naismith in 8th, Feeney in 9th, and Tom Queering in 10th. So it's an action-packed night, I can tell you that, here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We have seen an enormous amount of action, plenty of yellow flags. We're halfway into the race. We're going to start lap 52 when we get to green. They're lining up double file again for the restart. Steckley on the inside, McGregor on the outside. McGregor seemed to have that outside line working fairly good when he was battling with Kevin Dick there, so let's see if he can make something happen for the lead. Kevin Dick and Nagy behind those two guys. There we go. We're racing again. Steckley hits the gas. Tries to get a little run on McGregor. McGregor on the high side. Kevin Dick on the inside. Same situation as before. McGregor can run that high side off the turns pretty good. Pulls away a little bit. Then it's Kevin Dick coming down on him again and seems to be gaining on the entry of the turn. And McGregor comes off it a little better, clears him now, dives to the inside to block that inside line. And Kevin Dick looks to be under attack from Carson Nagy now. They slot in single file, but it looks like McGregor is trying to get something going here at the lead. He is right behind Kevin Steckley now, pulling a couple of car lengths, maybe 1 car length on Kevin Dick. McGregor trying that high side once again. Doesn't work quite just yet. And Kevin Dick staying with him. This is the top 3 cars. Kevin Nagy's got a car length or 2 in between there. Top 3 right there together. Kyle Steckley hanging on to the lead. McGregor wants it pretty bad, and he's trying to see what side would work the best. He's tried the outside, and now it looks like he's going to be trying the inside. Is he going to cut it underneath there? No, he's not close enough yet. Kevin Dick following there, trying to maybe wait and see what develops in front of him. Now it's McGregor trying the lower side, getting underneath Steckley. And yes, he can make that work. He's side by side still. Going back up to the first and second turn here. McGregor on the inside, Steckley on the outside. Still side by side. Steckley nosing ahead now. And then in the turn, the 75 gets right alongside him again. See if he can make it stick now. No, Steckley comes off that turn a lot better. A back marker in front of him is going to maybe make the difference once again. Still side by side. 75 on the inside. It's now Kevin Dick on the higher side trying to follow. Oh, and Steckley and Sherman's touched there. And it looks like that is helping Thomas McGregor to catch up and keep that nose ahead of Steckley. And it's still an open book here. Steckley's hanging on to that outside. And it's Steckley now in second position. Trying the inside now. McGregor still in the lead. Kevin Dick now coming to the outside of the 24. See if that high line works for him. He has that nose right underneath there. Oh, and right behind there it's Nagy getting in trouble. Carson Nagy gets in trouble here. Let's back that up real quick and see what we can find out about what happened. Carson Nagy is on the higher side of Murnau, and it looks like Murnau got a little bit unstable in the grass, and then they touched, and the 93 spins it around, keeps it out of the wall, luckily, so that the damage, there shouldn't be any damage that would be any concern. But obviously he's got to let the whole field pass by before he can turn that car around and rejoin. So that drops Carson Nagy back to the 13th position, the final car on the lead lap, and it looks like everybody's starting to head into the pits now, and I'm sure everybody can use some fresh rubber after 63 laps. So let's see, Carson Nagy is in the pits now, and the leaders are not pitting. They went by the entry there, and they're not doing anything. The 17 gets a wave around. It's McGregor now leading the race. It's Steckley in second. Kevin Dick is in third. Jeremy Brooks is in fourth. Ray Murnau is in fifth. Sam Howlett is in sixth. And Brian Feeney is in seventh. And those top 7 drivers have not yet been in the pits. So they are not on fresh tires. They are on tires that have 63 laps on their on them, and they have chosen not to go in yet. They might be waiting, and as most of the time yellows breed yellows, they could very well do. They could very well expect some more yellows for pit stops, and I'm getting word from race control that there are drivers that he has seen in the practice sessions that could well do the whole thing on one set of tires. It just depends a little bit on how hard you abuse them, I suppose, and driving style and incidents will all be a factor in that. If you can keep things clean and you're not shrubbing away too much of it, then it would be possible to do the whole thing on one set of tires. Not so much for a whole bunch of guys that are lower than 8th position. As you can tell, a lot of guys have been in the pits. We're lining them up double file. This time it's McGregor on the inside and Steckley on the outside. And it's Kevin Dick and Jeremy Brooks right behind there. Ray Murnau is in 5th. He worked his way up there quite a bit. So Sam Howlett right alongside Murnau. And obviously these guys have elected to stay out for track position. It's not worth losing the lead over tires that you don't need, I guess. Thomas McGregor, and he takes Kevin Dick with him on the inside there. Kevin Steckley on the outside, fighting for his 2nd position there. Murnau also on the inside, and Brooks on the outside. Let's go back up here just a notch for the number 10 and the 24, and then Murnau and Brooks also side by side, so a good battle right behind the lead here with cars side by side. Kevin Dick is hanging on to the lower line with Murnau right behind him, and then it's Steckley on the higher side with Brooks right behind him. Ooh, and Kevin Dick and Steckley touching there just a little bit. Ooh, it looks like Kevin's just washing up a little bit too much. And Steckley's not going out of his way, and he's kind of forcing him off the gas, I would say, I think. And he's holding on to that second groove there, still side by side. It looks like Murnau has gotten the better of Brooks now. And Murnau is keeping that car very, very low, trying to also stay with Kevin Dick to get underneath Steckley there. And it looks like he gets that nose in there. And Steckley on the high side, he's got good momentum coming off the turns. And we have another caution. We're going to try and find out for you what's going on. It's Kelly Admiral that we are seeing turned around here. Let's see what happens. Kelly and the number 12, Matthew Shirley, are touching there, and it turns Kelly Admiral around and bends up the nose of that car pretty bad. He's got to wait for everybody to get by there before he can turn it around, obviously. Let's see if he can get it going in the right direction. Yeah, it's a busy weekday commute, it seems like. It's pretty busy on the highway here. There we go. He turned it around. He got it going in the right direction once again. So Thomas McGregor, Kyle Steckley, and of course those guys have been. We've been having quite a few yellows, so they're not constantly abusing these tires at top temperature all the time. Every time we have a yellow, the tires can cool down a little bit, so I'm sure that's helping them to save those tires. So I can see the track position being far more important than tires if you don't really have a need for them. So that is keeping McGregor in the lead at this point. It's Steckley in 2nd, Kevin Dick in 3rd. Ray Murnau is now in 4th position. He did finally make it past Jeremy Brooks, who's in 5th. And then it's Tom Queering in the 46. He's worked his way up quite a bit, I would say. I think Queering has gained at least 10 positions already since the start of the race. Then it's Sam Howlett in the 69. It's Matthew Shirley in the 12. Logan Jewell and Rob Naismith rounds out your top 10 here. And And we're going to head into lap 75. 3/4 of the race is in the books. So it'll be lap 77 by the time we get green, because we're not getting the one to green sign just yet. Probably because we have people on pit lane. Yes, in the back there, we have somebody coming into the pits. Let me see who that is. That looks like Brandon Feeney. He was in the pits, but he's already out. Was that Wilson? No, Wilson's still out. Can't see who that was. I think it was Jody Archer, but I'm not sure. So okay, so we're going green next time by. Once the green flag flies, we'll be starting lap 77 of 100. Thomas McGregor is in the lead. Kyle Steckley alongside. It's Kevin Dick on the inside behind him. It's Ray Murnau on the outside behind him in 4th. And then it's Jeremy Brooks in 5th. Tom Quering in 6th. Close together there. Pace cars in. And McGregor gets the jump here. Stay into the inside in turn 1. It's Kevin Dick trying to get that nose underneath the 24. Ray Murnau on his outside. It's Brooks on the inside of the 46. Tom Quering. Kevin Dick is still on the inside of Ray Murnau. Can't quite keep it there, it looks like. It looks like Murnau's got a little bit more traction on that middle line there, the higher line. He's nosing ahead of Kevin now and taking 3rd position away from him. Kevin's not giving up just yet. He still has that car underneath there. They're not side by side anymore now. It's Murnau taking the lower side as well. Looks like Murnau's got a little bit loose on the entry there, but he saves it. And that allows Kevin Dick to catch right back up with him. And it's Jeremy Brooks right behind Kevin. The 46 of Tom Quering right behind there. A long train of cars here. McGregor, meanwhile, is in the lead by about a half a second in front of Steckley. There you see the difference between those guys. A little bit of a distance to Ray Murnau in 3rd. Kevin Dick is in 4th. Staying with Murnau, very, very good. Seeing if he can make something happen. Now it looks like Kevin Dick's running a little bit wider. And it's Brooks hanging with Kevin Dick as well. Oh, and the 27 is once again being lapped there. And it looks like that car is pretty bent up, and he's not on the pace at all. Kevin Dick hanging with Ray Murnau. Brooks on his turn hanging with Kevin. And we have another back marker there. That looks like Evernham. Can't really see the number, but we have a caution. Let's see what we can find out here. Oh, the 27 and the 29 getting together, and the 27 losing it once again. And let's see if we can back that up a little bit further here. The 27 is just extremely slow, and the 92 of Logan Jewell really has a trouble trying to find room to go by there. Of course, you can't just turn the wheel and change your line, because you're already on the edge of what is possible anyway. So, unfortunate. Picks up some more damage. He's still rolling, though. McGregor in for 1st place. Lining him up once again behind the pace car. We're on lap 85 right now. McGregor in the lead, Steckley in 2nd, Ray Murnau still in 3rd, Brooks in 4th, and Quering in 5th. Matthew Shirley back up to 12th or 6th position in the number 12 car. Yep. And then it's Wally Wilson. After his earlier incidents, he looks like he's back in the top 10, and that car looks pretty clean to me. Rob Naismith in 8th, Sam Howlett Those guys are all looking like they're staying out of trouble. Brandon Feeney is in 10th in the 38. And we saw Logan Jewell in that last incident here. And we have the 26 there. That is Ludwig. He's further back, though. He's 4 laps down, and he's being scored in 17th position. McGregor and Steckley. One more lap to go, or of yellow, and or 2 more, I should say. '17 of Dalsgaard, right behind Jewell, running in 12th position. And from the looks of it, he still looks pretty clean as well. I think he's taken a quick repair and kept out of trouble since then. Kevin Dick has dropped to the 13th position, and that is because Kevin decided to take some tires. We missed him going into the pit there, but Kevin's been in the pits. He's got fresh rubber on that car. He's now in 13th position. They're lining him up again, double file. So Kevin's got his work cut out for him. He's got some ground to make up here. But we could tell he was having a little trouble keeping up on that lower side, keeping it low. So that explains he decided to go get some tires. Thomas McGregor in the lead, Kyle Steckley alongside. It's Ray Murnau behind him with Jeremy Brooks alongside him. Tom Queering in 5th and Matthew Shirley in 6th. There we go. Thomas McGregor hits the gas, gets a jump on the field a little bit. Ray Murnau jumps into 2nd place, and it's Brooks getting caught out there. Oh, let's see what happened. It was Brooks getting caught out here. Let's back it up a little further. It's on the restart itself. Brooks is on that higher line there, and it looks like he kind of misses his start. No, I'm looking at the wrong car here. Let's back that up. It's Brooks in the 4th position, and it looks like the trouble starts with the 12 and the 46 getting off balance and touching each other, and then the 53 is really just a victim, and then it's Brendan just stuck in traffic right there. So let's see what happened to Tom Queering if we back that up a little bit. That's too far back. Behind the pace car, Thomas McGregor once again still in the lead. It's Ray Murnau now in 2nd, Kyle Steckley in 3rd, and Kevin Dick is shown in 10th position here. So he's got some damage again from what happened here. We can try to back up and see where he collected that. He's already got it here. Let's back it up some more. No, can't find it. Won't let me go back that far. So Kevin Dick once again in the pits. No more fast. Yeah, he still did have a fast repair. It looks like that car is brand new. So yeah, he did use that fast repair. Comes back out, and it looks like he's back out in 13th position. So well, he didn't really lose that much with that incident. He just will have the whole field pretty much to deal with before he gets back up front. And as we are in lap 92, that is going to be quite a task, obviously. They're lining him up. Let's see where Kevin Dick is at here. It looks like they're bringing the back markers to the rear. Kevin is behind Matthew Shirley in the 12 car. Yeah, it looks to me like they're bringing the lapped cars to the back since we're so close to the end. Let's see if we get the 1 lap to go sign. Yes, we do. Thomas McGregor still in the lead. Ray Murnau on 2nd position. And looks like we're going single file here. It'll be lap 95 when we get the green, so it'll be 6 laps to go to the finish. Let's see if McGregor can make that work and hold off Murnau. Murnau was charging pretty strong there. Kyle Steckley is still not out of it either, I'll tell you that. And Tom Queering in 4th position. Wally Wilson's running strong in this latter part of the race. There we go. McGregor gets a little bit of a jump on Murnau. Murnau and Steckley right behind him. It looks like Steckley has got a little bit of a blink there. And we have another yellow. Didn't quite make that dash for the cash. And it looks like the 17 and the 033 of Thompson get together there. And 33 seems to keep it out of the wall fairly good. Well, back behind the pace car, you're looking at the 71 of Rob Naismith. He's currently in 9th position, and Kevin Dick in that half a lap that we had has already brought it back up to 10th position. Obviously having a little help from the guys that are taking themselves out of the contention there. We're on lap 97 now, so I'm fairly sure we're going to be doing a green-white checker to finish this thing off. McGregor had a good restart there. He was very quick on the throttle, and he had a car length on Murnau, so he looked pretty strong on that restart there. Murnau in 2nd, Steckley in 3rd, Queering still in 4th, Wally Wilson now in 5th position. He's running pretty strong here this final part of the race, and so is Howlett. Logan Jewell hanging in there, with the car doesn't look that pretty anymore, but he's still there in 7th position. Brandon Feeney in 8th, Naismith in 9th, and Kevin Dick shown in 10th position. And we should be getting the 1 to go sign here. Nope. Still under caution, and that does mean that we're going to do a green-white checker to try and get this race in North Wilkesboro in the books. Been an exciting night, lots of action, a lot of stuff going on, and the head of the field here with McGregor, Murnau, Steckley, good fighting. Good racing going on. And we're going to try this at the end of this lap with a green-white checkered. Well, let's see if they're single file. It looks like they're single file. And that might help us get this thing done. Murnau right there with the leader. He's got to make it work in 2 laps if he wants to have a chance to get his name on top of this list here. Pace car going in. They're all on the high side. McGregor hits the gas. Murnau and Steckley diving to the inside. Can he get underneath? No, he cannot. It's Murnau still in 2nd position. Steckley in 3rd. Queering is in 4th. Wally Wilson's taking 5th. And Murnau closing in on McGregor for the lead. McGregor still has it. Murnau wants it. Steckley is looking at it. Can he do anything? They're stretching out quite a bit now. It looks like McGregor can make this work and bring it home here. Let's see McGregor. Yes, he's going to take the win here in front of Ray Murnau. And 3rd place, Kyle Steckley. And they got a little bit of distance here on Wally Wilson, who was taking the 4th position from Tom Queering. Sam Howlett in the 69 brings it home in 6th. Rob Naismith gained a couple of positions, I believe, there, bringing it home in 7th. Brooks is shown in 8th, then it's Dalsgaard in 9th, and Matthew Shirley brings it home in 10th position. So good finish here. Great racing. Congrats to Thomas McGregor. I'm sure he's going to show us a little bit of smoke here. There you go. Burn that rubber. Thomas McGregor wins here at North Wilkesboro. Ooh, can't even get it out of my mouth anymore. Ray Murnau in 2nd position. Kyle Steckley rounds out your top 3 finishers in this hard-fought race. We've seen some good racing actions, some incidents, some yellow flags, but all in all, as we are used to by now with the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship, we believe it's a great series, some good racing going on here. So looks like McGregor is done burning his shoes there. I'm taking a quick look here if I can pull anybody up. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. So that'll have to be it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed this round 4 in the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship, brought to you by EliteSuite.ca. It's been a great evening of stock car racing. Thomas McGregor took the win. Ray Murnau finishes 2nd. Kyle Steckley rounds out your podium finishers. And for Blip Shift Broadcasting, my name is Mark. We hope you had fun. We sure did. And what we will do is show you the next venue here. Next race will be on the 28th, and that will be on the Martinsville track. So tune in again next week, same time, and more action on the Martinsville track in the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship. Once again, my name is Mark, and we thank our sponsor for tonight, Elite Suite. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for your attention.